What's good, YouTube? So let's come back at you with more UFC 4 gameplay, and today we're gonna talk about the decline of Dan Hooker. While I use Dan Hooker, honestly, man, it's pretty heartbreaking to see. Like, how did I find out about Dan Hooker? Who did he fight? I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just the first memory I have of Dan Hooker is for some reason getting him mixed up with Paul Felder. Oh God, who the fuck? And I don't understand. Obviously, now that I'm a fan of both, and I'm not just a new fan to UFC, I'm not really sure exactly how I got them mixed up, but I got them mixed up. Crazy how they ended up fighting. But the first fight, I remember when I got into the sport, I would hear, this is all gonna tie together. I kept hearing the name Ali Quinta, like, oh, he gave Khabib his hardest fight. I'm like, oh, okay, so this dude must be pretty good. And then when get off me. Then when I went and watched, I started watching Ali Quinta because of that. Because I heard that. I went and watched the fight. It didn't look like he gave Khabib a hard time, but that's not the point. He went on to beat Kevin Lee. Then I found out he beat Kevin Lee before they even fought. So I'm like, oh shit. This dude is, like, I mean, not realizing Kevin Lee was also Dookie. I'm thinking, damn, Ali Quinta's a fucking beast. So then he runs into old Daniel Hooker here and just gets picked apart. I had my money on Ali Quinta, and as you all know, I lose a shit ton of money on this fucking sport. So now here we go, newfound respect for Dan Hooker. I am not sure exactly who he fought after that. Oh, I think it was Paul Felder. Good fight. I do believe Felder won. If that was on the same card as the Alexander Volkanovski versus Get Off Me versus Max Holloway Part 2, I'm pretty sure it was, because I remember thinking, like, the same way how I thought Volk won due to, like, the judges and them having the home advantage, I truly believe the same thing happened to Hooker. Like, I really, it was a close fight, amazing fight, but I don't think he beat Paul Felder. Either way, it was just sad because, after that, Paul Felder, quote unquote, retired. He came back with a horrible mustache, but thinking that he retired at that point was really sad. Fast forward, now my boy is fighting Dustin Poirier. And I knew Dustin was going to win, but I thought he was going to win in dominating fashion. I didn't think that Dan Hooker was going to give him the fight he did. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for them to go to absolute war, like the type of fight where Dustin is pushed to the limit. Oh, one more time. My respect for Dan Hooker just started to go through the roof. And at that point, I'm like, you see, he's a legit contender. Then I find out that he had beat Gilbert Burns. Whole different ball game too, because obviously Gilbert and welterweight Gilbert is a whole different, whole different fighter than lightweight Gilbert. But still, to see him dominate Gilbert Burns, and I'm like, same thing happened to him. He was in featherweight. He was getting his ass kicked. He went up. Look what happens. It destroyed Gilbert. So I have the utmost respect for Dan Hooker at this point. Now Michael Chandler is coming in. I did a video on this, bro. I swore I bet fucking money on Dan Hooker. I'm like, yo, I believe Michael Chandler is a high-level wrestler. I believe he has like that Eddie Alvarez kind of style, but I think he's gonna run into something against Hooker. Bellator and the UFC are just two completely different levels. Blah 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 blah. Fucking gets knocked out by Michael Chandler in one punch. Oh my God! All right, what am I letting this bum do? Fighting like a cock now. But yeah, one fucking punch. That's all it took for all my money to go to fucking waste. After that, I'm like, damn it. You know what? Bad night out. Bad night out for Dan Hooker. Bad night out. So now he's lost to Dustin Poirier, and he's lost to what's his face? Michael Chandler. I ain't gonna lie. Two people I was pretty like, Michael Chandler, I had no clue he was going to fucking lose to, especially the way he did. But Dustin Poirier, I knew that was going to be a loss. So I'm just like, okay, no biggie, That was just a bad night out for Daniel. Then he gets fucking I forget who he fought after that, but he dominated some dude with wrestling. Whoever remembers, let me know in the comments. Oh, he covered. I'm wasting my stamina because I'm trying to keep him alive so I can finish the story, but yeah, he ends up dominating some dude with wrestling. Unfortunately, that dude must, I really can't remember who, so let me know if you guys do. But then after that, he gets fucking matched with Islam, man. And I thought it was gonna be a tough fight. I thought it was gonna be a close fight, but I was like, that fucking Dagestani wrestling, man. I don't see Dan Hooker finding his way around that. Okay. Oh. Oh. Get him off. He keeps going in the same direction. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a war, but I had my money on Islam. And he fucking goes out there and submits Dan Hooker almost faster than Michael Chandler knocked him out. Oh, here we go. Look, what the fuck? I forgot they had the ass slap in this game. This dude is ass. Imagine, bro, like, okay, you got this, it's all cool, but he doesn't even know I'm, like, keeping him alive and telling a whole fucking story just for the hell of it. Okay. So, yeah, after that happens, it was kind of clear that Dan Hooker was, can I get up? Wow, that's not what I was trying to do. It was kind of clear that Dan Hooker just was not on the level of the top fighters in the UFC anymore. I still think that he's a lightweight. I believe that's his respected weight class, but like, featherweight is definitely not for him. But like, that's when I kind of realized, like, damn, man, he's gonna have to make some kind of change. Bro, he goes down to featherweight. I didn't think going up to welterweight would be a smart decision title-wise, because you got Kamaru Usman. You just got fucking submitted in 30 seconds by Islam. What do you think Kobe and Kamaru and those guys will do to you? So, I understood going down to featherweight. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people wasn't in support of it, but I was just like, maybe he got better. Maybe he learned some things at lightweight that will actually help him in his return to featherweight. So I was all for it. He gets Arnold Allen. We all know Arnold Allen, young stud. Young stud. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Arnold is a young stud, so I knew for a fact that this was not going to be an easy night out, didn't I? What the fuck? How? Bro, is it? Throw one more punch. There we go. Bro, after he fucking does what he does to... Oh, he gets off the wall. How cute. So I'm thinking this is going to be a war, but you know what? I think Dan Hooker has learned what it takes, man. I think he'll be able to come back with this one. Arnold was on a big streak, but I'm just like, yo, Dan, you've become sort of a stepping stone at this point. Don't let him get off me. Stop it. Don't let them use and abuse. And don't let the knee to the face, elbow. Don't let them use and abuse you, Dan. Like I said, I didn't think that he was gonna walk through Arnold, but I definitely thought, the Dan we know could definitely take on a Wow. Okay, fuck this. The Dan we know could definitely take on a challenge like Arnold Allen. Unfortunately, he got his ass fucking kicked, and I don't see much of a future for Dan Hooker in the UFC. Do I think that he's still a top contender? Yes, maybe not top 10, but I would. It breaks my heart because I really like Dan Hooker. I like his style, I like what he brings, but unfortunately, like, I really do believe that this is just the downfall of Dan Hooker. I don't see him coming back and having like one of those Glover Teixeira type careers. It's just sad because he puts the work in, man. He puts the work in. He's willing to sacrifice everything for this sport, but not everybody can be a winner, man. I would love to see him get an opponent outside of the top 10 now. Back at lightweight preferably, because it's clear like featherweight is just not for him, man. He looked horrible. And past that point, yeah, we'll just have to see what's next for him, man. But I know that if he loses his next fight, all the brain damage he's taken, bro. He's got knocked out twice. He had a bloody war with Dustin Poirier. Got knocked out twice, and pretty much knocked out twice. And then obviously got submitted. Like, his spirit, his mind, bro. Like, I would want to see him go to Bellator or something. Like, if he gets released by the UFC, bro, I would like to see how he does in Bellator. I like to believe that UFC fighters can go to Bellator and basically just walk through it, but obviously in recent years we've seen it's not always the case. So I hope that he can manage to squeeze, a victory and just basically fight his way through and remain in the UFC, but it's looking really bad for him. So, damn, man. This is the decline of Dan Hooker. This is such a crazy sport. Like, I'm seeing the decline of so many fighters that when I started watching, it was like, oh, shit, what's next for this guy, But let me know what your guys' thought are.